Well, good afternoon to you all, good afternoon. Sunday, 15th of March 2020. Lovely daffodils and narcissi growing in the garden. Very, very pleasing. Not so pleasing is how much grass I need to get cut. But look at all those wonderful daisies in the lawn. Very pretty and very peaceful. Things here have sort of become serious. The President of France, the Prime Minister of France, have announced various measures to limit the spread of coronavirus. Some of them don't affect me, but quite a few really do affect me. And it starts to feel serious. This morning, the church cancelled Mass in parish churches. Now, I don't know how many of you are regular churchgoers, but you know, in Catholic teaching, attending Mass is the most important thing that you can do, ever. Okay, some of you will accept that, some of you won't, but it's very pretty, those flowers. But for the church to say Mass is cancelled, not only go if you feel you must, but it's actually cancelled, that gives you an idea of how serious people are taking things. Now, the other thing, restaurants are closed. Most of the reason for tourists coming to France are the wonderful, wonderful restaurants. There's various restrictions, and they're telling people over 70 to stay indoors. Well, I'm not 70 yet. You know, I live in hopes of getting to 70, but we'll see. So, yeah, things have got very serious. There is in everything good news, because it means that I've had to change some of my other plans. I had intended being in England for Easter. That's not going to happen, I think. You know, we'll sort of monitor the situation, but all the signs are that in effect I'm stuck here. I don't mind being stuck here. I like it here, but you know, I'd have liked the choice. It's given me time to evaluate and think about things that I need to be doing. And yeah, I've now got a working plan for how to throw that beam into that wall. And well, I've now got time to do it properly. That's going to involve putting needles through the wall. Structural engineers amongst you will know exactly what I mean. The rest of you are thinking, what on earth, needles? What are you going to do with sticking needles through? What you do is you calculate roughly how many holes you need in that weight of wall. You look at potential movement in the wall, and there's a lot of potential. As you can see, this wall has got some interesting cracks in the render. Cracks in the render generally hide something much less pleasant than simply a crack in the render. Between these two windows is a double thickness of wall built in the style that things are built here. That's to say, it's a stone front and back glued together with lime mortar. The middle of it will be a rubble and mud infill. And here's the little clue. It sits between two windows. Those windows the way they're cut in, there's no great amount of structural strength in them. So in effect, the bit between the windows is one big slab of stone, and in effect it's held together by cobwebs. Structurally, cobwebs aren't the best way of fixing walls. So before I take out the front beam, and this wall has got two beams in it, one in front of the other, before I take out the front beam, I need to stabilise that wall with a temporary structure. And when I say needles, I am talking about great big bulks of timber put through it and packed and braced and rigged to stop that wall from, in the first instance, falling straight down under the effects of gravity. You know, that beam is rotten, but it's still carrying load. But the other thing it needs to do is brace against any rotation in it. Now, the purpose of sticking that beam there and starting to work out how to get it up is to tell me how much working room I need, because the needles have to stand on legs and they need to be far enough out that I can work underneath them. Still, that's not a Sunday afternoon job, but I think tomorrow that's going to occupy a certain amount of my time. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, know what I'm doing with that.